Hello and welcome to Hockey Talkie. The first round of the playoffs is done and the second round is starting right away. Tonight is the first game. There's no breaks from playoff hockey, which is a pretty darn good thing if you ask me. Before we jump in and start previewing those second round matchups, let's take a look at how my first round predictions fared. I got the Preds in 5 games in this series. Pretty good. Next, I've got the Jets in 6. Once again, pretty darn good. I think the Kings escape in this one. I think they upset the Golden Knights in 7 games. Samsonite, I was way off. I've got the Sharks winning this one. It's going to be a very close series, but I got the Sharks in 6 games. On the one hand, I was right. On the other hand, I was pretty wrong. Let's just call it a draw, I guess. I see the Lightning winning this series in 5 games. Boom. I think the Leafs get the win in this series. I see them beating the Bruins in 6 games. In my defense, that was the best series of the first round. And honestly, I think the Jackets pull off the upset here. Oh, that was looking so good after the first 2 games. I've got the Penguins in 6. Boom shakalaka. Alright, overall, not too shabby. I never said I was perfect, though. With that said, let's move on to the second round matchups. So starting it off, Central Division, Predators versus Jets. And if you saw the regular season matchups between these two teams, you are ready for an awesome series here. These are 2 evenly matched teams. Both teams can score. Both teams can play defense. The edge is going to go to either Rinne or Hellebuck. Whichever 2 plays better in this series, that's the team that's going to win. Both goaltenders have had a fantastic year. I fully expect Rinne to win the Vezina trophy. And honestly, I got him also outdueling Hellebuck in this series. I've got the Predators to win it also. I have to pick them in this series. But boy, this is going to be such a great series. You gotta tune into this one. Oh my goodness. I'm saying Predators in 7 games. Moving on to the Pacific Division, we have the Golden Knights versus the Sharks. Both teams sweeping their first round opponents. Although to be fair, the Kings Golden Knights series was much closer than that sweep indicated. Those games were insanely close. 1-goal games all the way. But you have the Golden Knights, who nobody thought we're going to even get close to this far. I know I doubted them all season. I doubted them in the first round as well. The Sharks, they're kind of flying under the radar. They made a great acquisition at the deadline to get Kane, and they're just kind of doing their thing, and it's working. And this series is really going to come down to, I feel, if Marc-Andre Fleury goes .977 save percentage again, Golden Knights are winning. However, I can't really turn back from doubting the Golden Knights in this series. I got to keep doubting them. So I've got the Sharks winning this series and moving on to the Western Conference Finals. I got the Sharks in 6 games. All right, now moving on to the Eastern Conference, we have the Lightning versus the Bruins. The Bruins surviving a 7-game series against the Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, the Lightning kind of just sitting back and enjoying themselves, watching these 2 teams beat each other up. Now, I picked the Maple Leafs to beat the Bruins in the first round, but even though I'm kind of sad that my pick was not right, I'm actually kind of happy because now we actually have a decent uniform matchup in the second round. It would have been awful having 2 blue and white teams with essentially the exact same jerseys facing off against each other. That would have just sucked. But now at least this second round matchup between the Bruins and the Lightning is actually going to look good. So Lightning, they've had a little bit of rest. Will this turn into rest for them, or will they be rested? The Bruins, are they going to be just on fire emotionally, ready to go for the second round series, or are they going to be tired from that emotion that they had to drain for that 7-game series? Only time will tell. It's going to go either way, but I've got the Lightning winning this series in 6 games. Last but not least, we move on to the Metropolitan Division, and we have the Capitals versus the Penguins. The Capitals winning their first round in a shaky fashion, kind of a microcosm of their season. Yeah, they find a way to win, but man, it's not really all that convincing and leaves you wondering if they're actually that good. Unfortunately for them, it's a little bit of deja vu. They're running into the Penguins in the second round once again, and we know how this story goes. We know how this movie ends. Spoiler alert, they do not advance. Penguins, it's really tough to pick them not to win their third straight Stanley Cup because they just keep showing that they're not slowing down. They've got a ton of talent, and man, this team. Now Malkin is injured, and if he's going to be injured by more than a couple games, then the Caps may have a chance, but I've got the Penguins in 5. All right, that's it. Those are my second round picks. That's what I think's going to happen. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments section below. What do you think of my picks? Who do you think is going to advance to the conference finals? Honestly, I'm just really excited for this round. All 4 of these matchups are exciting and should feature some really, really good hockey. I hope you are as excited as I am because this is going to be good.